Welcome back to the second episode of Zach's Facts. Got an interesting little fact for you today. It's about ketchup. Did you know that ketchup wasn't originally even a condiment, but it was marketed and told to people that it was a medicine? Kind of started out as tomato pills. They were said to have the ability to cure ailments like diarrhea, indigestion, and jaundice. But who knows if there is any truth to it. But ketchup is one of the most used ingredients in the world now, but very few people know it was used as a medication. Trying to look into this a little bit, it's very difficult to trace the origin and history of ketchup. But most people do tend to agree that it started in China as a type of fish sauce. It was made from fish innards and soybeans and was salty with a pretty bad smell. But as years passed, recipes started to change. They twisted it, added in boiling stale beer, some even anchovies, and even fermenting the whole thing. So, sounds pretty disgusting to me. But it underwent quite a bit of changes, though, after sailors took it to England on their travels. They found it in the Far East and different things. And so by about 1812, the first known published ketchup recipe appeared. And it was written by a scientist, James Mees. So he's the one who is kind of known to have invented the tomato-based ketchup as we know it today. But even then, even as in the 1830s, shortly after that recipe, it was still sold as a medicine that could cure ailments. As I mentioned before, the diarrhea, the indigestion, even jaundice of all things. It was initially proposed by Dr. John Cook Bennett, an American physician back in 1834, who decided to sell it in the form of tomato pills. And so this well-known condiment that everybody uses and drowns their French fries in started out as a medicine of all things. But after sales started to pick up on tomato pills, copycats, of course, started coming to the market with their own pills, leading, of all things, to a war of tomato pills. They claimed their pills could solve all types of ailments, but in truth, most were just selling a pretty flavorful version of a laxative. And in the end, it kind of led to the fall of the tomato ketchup empire in 1850. But within a couple decades, Mr. Henry Heinz, an American entrepreneur in 1876, created today's version of the ketchup as we know it. He used ripe tomatoes, distilled vinegar, brown sugar, salt, and of course a variety of different spices. And that's the popular condiment we know today as a non-medicinal condiment and remains well known even today. So that was a short but kind of an interesting little fact about one of the most well-known condiments in the world. So thank you for joining me on my second episode of Zach's Facts.